Thank you. Hi, Pam, Anton, and Casey. Pleasure to meet you. Pam, while Long, Slow Exhale is a scripted series, was any of it based on real life, and where did the idea initially come from?
It's based on every scandal you've heard about on college campuses. I sort of researched those and wanted to put it in a world of female sports because most of the research I'd done had been about male sports. And then all the other, it was a personal perspective on thrillers and psychological thrillers and how to approach it differently. But the last part being wanted a strong female lead that I could write about who was flawed. Because most women on television can't be flawed. They have to be redeemable. And despite being flawed, JC Abernathy is definitely redeemable.
Yes. And Anton, you bring a unique perspective to all the projects you direct. What was unique about this series?
When I first read the first few episodes, Pam had reached out, Pam and Catherine Pope reached out from Spectrum. And when I read it, I immediately was drawn in. As Pam said, you don't get to see, you don't get the opportunity to tell these stories every day of these characters in this setting. And it was just very unique, very well written. And the way that the story is told and unfolds was really intriguing to me. And I felt like it was something that could lend itself to a very cinematic and dynamic approach.
Absolutely. And Casey, as an executive producer, how involved were you in the casting process? And what was it like bringing this series to life for you?
I was very involved and it was a long journey. Met Pam 6 years ago and it was a long road to get this one made. So it's definitely a passion project for us all. And the casting process was honestly, it was a journey to find Rose because the whole show hinged on JC. But as soon as we found her, we knew that she was going to be the one. And our amazing casting director, Kim Harden, did a great job with just outsourcing and finding all these girls because that was actually really a struggle to find. You know, it was a lot of unknown actors and a lot of casting tapes and finding people who could also potentially try to feel authentic in the basketball role was definitely a big challenge. But I think the team knocked it out of the park.
Definitely. And for all of you, just chime in. Why was it important to center this series around an inclusive cast and also flipping the script on stereotypes? Many of you have done this before in other projects.
Just so important to tell diverse stories with interesting, unpredictable characters and take audiences in a world that they don't often go into.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just reflective of what's real.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. It's just a reflective, this show just is real life. And I think it's interesting. It's always interesting to me that if you have a show that has an all white cast, it's a show. If you have a show that has an all black cast, it's a black show. And I don't think that that's the way the world operates. I think that this is a show that has a cast that reflects what our world looks like. And it is just a great quality, high-end, premium, cinematic, dynamic, interesting show.
Yay. All right.
Absolutely. And
you know.
I think
somebody write that down.
Yeah. Y'all recording, right?
I think we've got it. So it was a pleasure meeting all of you, and thanks for your time, and looking forward to chatting again soon.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.